grab on underneath through the wrist, nab onto it, and then step away. I step away, I hinge forward, and then from there I twist. I allow my butt to tilt over to the right to get that last little bit of stretching through my lats. And then from there, it's all about activation. So as you're stretching in through the lat, you're contracting and relaxing. Contracting, relaxing. And really starting to understand that that triangular slab of meat, known as your lat, attaches all the way to the base of your ribs. That should be pretty empowering for you, especially if you're a female, because you think about using your lats for pull-ups, right? And your lats don't end here. Your lats go all the way down and through here. It's a huge, large muscle. So get to know it a little bit, and then go PR on your pull-ups for me. Have fun.
So you'll start with your PVC pipe, you'll grab on at the bottom, you'll bring yourself into this classic external rotation stretch. So as I grab on, I bring it out, and then I play around with the different angles. So at first, I want to kind of roll my shoulder up, back, and down. Notice if there's any clicks, make sure to go both ways. Again, you're not moving the PVC pipe around, you're moving your shoulder within its socket, right? Both ways, and then from there, I'm gonna see about poking my elbow forward, pulling the PVC pipe or hockey stick up, and then from there bringing it in close to me and then out. Right, so I'm going to bring it across my body and then over, and see elbows drawing in, hands out, right? You should feel this stretch along your tricep, along your anterior delt, probably rear delt, maybe even a little bit in through the lats. And you're just gently pulsing, so you're gently bringing this PVC pipe up and hopefully getting comfortable. From there, even bring it in close to your body and across. You can even kind of turn it into this stretch, a little classic delt stretch that looks a lot like that front rack. And then from there, you're going to increase the angle. So I'm going to reach up a little bit higher, maybe bring the PVC pipe a little bit more towards my elbow, and then pull up. Once I'm about 25 seconds there, I might make the angle really, really short, right? So elbow or a hand directly on top of the shoulder, and then find that. Yeah, that's pretty gnarly, pretty sticky. I think about rolling the PVC pipe open so I can open up a little bit more. So, and then lift right in through there. You'll do that both sides. You'll try to notice the difference between sides if there is one, right? Then that's awesome. And then after you do both sides, you're gonna grab onto a resistance band. Because the Rogue one seems to be a little bit too much, then maybe kind of shorten a resistance band by tying a knot in it, and that way it's close enough that you can feel the elbows drawing in, but not close enough that it makes your shoulder feel like it wants to come out of its socket, right? I grab onto the to the PVC pipe, and then from there I play. The elbow's drawing in super close. It looks ridiculous on me right now because I didn't mobilize this left side. So just to give you an idea, you're going to bring it on up and then down. The stretch is actually going to be all across the scapula, right? So as you lift the elbows up and bring the PVC pipe back, you're going to feel the shoulder blades rolling down. So feel that. And if you want, you can even grab onto a lacrosse ball. Let's see actually if I have one. I have a little ball of tricks. Okay, I don't, but I do have a tennis ball, so that works fine. So I'm going to loop myself in. I grab onto a tennis ball. I bring it right in between my shoulder blades, right where I know it's going to open up when I bring it overhead. And then I'll try it out. I'll reach it up. As I bring it up, okay, then I can play around and try to get and trace the perimeter of the scapula when you're in an emulated front rack position. And then from there, you'll bring it all the way back and then see if the hands behind, elbows then can draw in. You're hanging out there. If you want to apply that with a little side body space, reach up and over, hip shift over to the side as you reach, and then up and over. After all, your lats are going to play a pretty important role in being able to establish that front rack, so feel free to explore while you're in this position. When you come on out, you're going to turn it down to the floor. First, we're going to focus on internal rotation. So as I come on down to the floor, here's my test. My elbow that's down onto the ground, I want to come down and bring my elbow in line with my shoulder. From there, do I have external rotation? Can I get the hand to drop to the floor? If you can, congratulations. You got 70 degrees, you're doing good. 70 to 90 degrees. And then internal rotation too. You're here, and then you're trying to keep the elbow in line with the shoulder. I just caught myself, so you would too. And then reach it down and see what you got. Today's a horrible day for me, so I'm trying to be honest. I got about, is that like maybe 45 degrees? So I got plenty of work to do to try to get to that 70. From there, you're gonna grab onto a foam roller so you have something to rest on your head. And here, I grab on, I use it like a pillow, and then from there, my elbow in line with my shoulder, and I take my hand and I gently push it down. From there, I breathe. I try to recommit to the elbow in line with the shoulder. Every time I take an inhale, I'm going to kind of pull my elbow as if I'm pushing it towards you, right? So if I'm pushing it towards the camera. Actually, I just had this idea as we were saying this. You might be able to grab onto a resistance band and kind of loop it to something. I'm actually just going to loop it to my foot to see if this is even possible, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to loop it in through my elbow, try to distract it away either with the rig or however you decide to do it, and then I bring myself back down, so it should feel like I have something pushing me in this direction, right? And so it feels like it's kind of taking my shoulder blade with it. Play around with that, attach it to the rig. I need a little bit more to feel it, but okay, there I feel it, right? So I use my other foot, I kind of pushed it in. It should feel like the shoulder blade peels away, and then now, as I bring that hand down, I'm finding a lot more range of motion. Yeah? I bring it on down. You're going to be here for about 2 minutes, so it'll be a fair amount of time kind of exploring, breathing and kind of feeling everything start to shift. And then you'll come on out and then you'll retest it. And then now, how close do you get? Okay, I'm a little better, but not quite, right? And the other thing we want to notice is, does that shoulder, as you internally rotate it, does your shoulder pop forward or can you keep it back? Ideally, you want to be able to get to that scarecrow position or that ring dip position, externally rotated instead of kind of popping it forward right here and getting it all into the delt. So about 2.5 minutes each side on that one.